Well, because England was hit yesterday with a bit of a snowfall, or at least it snowed here in Exeter, which was really surprising, but also got it's been really cold this week, so I have not been wanting to go outside, at least not yesterday and today. So, we are going to play a little bit more of Scarlet Hollow if you guys are up for it. So, let's click on that. Let's click on play. How are you guys doing? Everybody doing okay? I hope everybody's doing alright. Oh, let me hold on. We gotta get full screen. Which, by the way, I love the music in this game. It is so cool. Alright, welcome home. Black Tebby. And I'm gonna go to load. We're gonna click on that. And I think I kind of want to swing by the general store just because I want to show you guys somebody. That's the guy right there. That's Kanika's younger brother. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied to his phone to care that you stepped in. Which, by the way, I love how it looks in here. Explore town. You should leave. There are monsters in the woods. Hi, I'm Beth. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you? What you doing on your phone? See ya, you're done here. I'm gonna do Hi, I'm Beth. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. And then you can ask what's your name. Miles. And then let's do this. So if I wanted to buy some chips or something here, do I talk to you or Miles' size? I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. I'm paying for my chips, wouldn't that be stealing? Won't Kanika get mad? I'm good. I'm not about to turn down free stuff, take chips. I'm gonna do, wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else to let me live my life. She inherited the store. Now that's interesting. And keep that in mind, because that'll come up later. I don't want to keep getting suckered into working here just because I'm her brother. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. You can do, I'm paying for my chips. I'm not going to steal. I'm going to tell Kanika about this. I'm good. Let's do, I'm not going to steal. Have it your way. What you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of them. And then you can do, see you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Now, that was just a little interaction, but that will end up being important later. Also, you can rat on your brother because you're going to meet his sister. You entered the former town hall. Also, keep this picture in mind. This will come up a little later. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey, you made it! Settle in with Stella and Kanika. Shish, Stella, and pointed at all the books before heading over to her table. You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. Glad you found the place. Hey, Beth, you look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Beth. So, first thing we can do is snitch on Miles. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Kanika, you can't just tell someone they look tired. I'm gonna snitch on her brother. Oh, before I forget, I met your brother Miles. When I went to buy some chips, he tried to make me steal them. Beth, you can't just snitch on someone like that. Ugh, I asked him to cover the store for one day, and he can't even be bothered to do that. Typical. I'm paying him, you know. It's no wonder he's chronically unemployed. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. Oh, and literal stranger. Introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Beth, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance is strong. I'm Oscar. And guys, I have a confession. I do not know how to say his last name. So I'm going to try my best. Gutierrez? Chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, has either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? I don't like the idea of teens getting up to mischief while the ditch leans. I'm sure she's fine. I'm gonna ask, what's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe that you used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosaline when she gets home. And then we can do that. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief while there's ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? They're a cryptid, and the seen one's supposed to be in disasters around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Oh, guys, if you focus in on your notebook, there's a ditchling on the back. Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try to figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out about those woods. And oh, if you guys have seen X-Files, Stella's the Mulder, Kanika's the Scully. I don't believe in this supernatural stuff, but the woods aren't safe. A man's already dead. It's nothing we can't get to the bottom of. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. Get out while you still can. I want to do that one. I don't think it's safe. I'm going to try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting in trouble. And we'll make sure to keep her eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Beth, if you see a 13-year-old with black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad's worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him! Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up the chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading await. Now, here's the cool thing. And this is why I picked Kenai. Well, one of the reasons why I picked Kenai. Or no, maybe it's Booksmart? I don't remember. There's either Booksmart or Kenai. I think Kenai also is important. But, like, if you have Booksmart, you could read a lot more books. Including books on certain, shall we say, well-known cryptids and mysteries, like the New Jersey Devil, Mothman, that kind of thing. But we'll do this. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by a short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, The co-manager of the mine had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the death of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties involved included Andrew Jackson's Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the brink from the from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. Sorry guys, I'm not just reading that much out loud. So this is how your family made its fortune. And then we flip through Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during the tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow, but it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount. Cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. And then flip through Appalachian Folk Monsters. Wampus Cat, we can do that one. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who saw vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes in the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning of anyone who dares to go against tradition. That's kind of funny, especially considering how a bobcat's cry does sound like a woman crying. Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, The knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the sports mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Talipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through a tiny hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail into a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been. In the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Talipo," a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing, but stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo!" Before the hunters could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness. Long claws were stretched out toward the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. You're done. You close the book and put it back. "I think I'm all done. Let's check in." Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Kitty! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her books up. "Aw, hey, Pixel." You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. "Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been?" "Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff?" "Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats." "Ah, yeah, snack time, crunch, munch." "Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books." He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Explore, talk to animals. "Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods?" Or what do you let the paper? I like this one. "Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods?" "I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted." Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? How did you know? Beth is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snack, way more scritches. Sometimes there's too much scritches. Hold up. What kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects spraying in strange and unfamiliar places? Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor of my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Della, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. But what if it's a ghost? It's totally a ghost. Let's go bust it. It's worth looking into. I'm with Kanika. There's probably a very normal. I'm gonna do. It's worth looking into. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes. I think we'll we'll leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Alright, let me get another drink. That's the other thing about narrating this whole thing. My voice gets dry. Ain't luck with Rosalina. Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incident? Do you think there's a cult here? Do you think Wayne... I'm gonna do any luck with Rosalina. Ha! Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on your usual hunt. And then we'll ask about the nuclear incident. You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Ha, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after his parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. And 6 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. Actually, give me a second, guys, because the music volume's still a little loud. There we go. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set, so the nuke made the ditchlings. If the bomb was somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? I'm gonna do this one. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is about 400 miles from here. I think we're good. I'm just saying, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. and a 6-year bomb is going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I miss this. Now we can ask about the call. You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kanika, do you guys think that there's like a cult here? We can talk about the cops. We can talk about the ditchlings being nudists. Talk about the ditchlings being summoned. I'm gonna try this one. A lot of folks here feel tense and closed off. The whole vibe of this town is off and it feels like folks are hiding something. Or maybe people here just aren't used to strangers. Oh, see, that's interesting. I haven't done that one before. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. Let's see. We can ask what happened when you're in Union Busty Mind. Ooh, I kind of want to do this one. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Beth by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down the mine. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Huh, yeah, that could work. Also, keep that little tidbit of information in mind. Wayne has been to Sylvia's tea room. Keep that in mind. Let's talk about Silas. I don't know. We'll ask that one. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Talk about that. So, Appalachian folk monsters. We can do that. Wampus cats starting to sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person size and cat size. Definitely. They are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachian that long ago. The legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for example, started out as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Oh yeah, we can do this. Stella, there was literally a mountain lion in the ditchling nest last night. What? No, no way. Let me check the footage. Stella puts out her phone. Well, there aren't any alive ones in these parts. I guess that's the best we'll be able to do for her. Ooh, I kind of want to ask this one. Do you think Wayne is a Tommy Knocker? Maybe he's a ghost of a dead miner? There's something seriously wrong with the guy, and we should definitely look into it. But I don't think he's a ghost. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place. Though maybe he's haunting the whole town? He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've also seen him, touch stuff. My mom used to tell me that Taily Pose story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try to dig out of my stomach if I did. Ha, I loved that one. There's this old chimney in the woods I used to think was a chimney from Taily Po. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that she's because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Taily Po. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days, chase after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's move on. Gonna get another drink. We should check out the mines, head back to the woods, help look for Rosalina. We all think we should check out the mines between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them. It seems like the safest place to start. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mines-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around, find out if anyone sees anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Sneaks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that question gives us good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going in the ground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Excuse me. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. Let's do maybe Tabitha can help us out. Hope there's no Tabitha. I kind of wanted to do this one. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love that we're snooping around. Same goes for all of us, honestly. I can't think of a single person in town Tabitha would be happy to see. We'll just have to make sure we don't get caught. We'll be super sneaky. I can't even keep lookout. Look at us, going out on caper together. I miss this. I miss it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though, there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad, that poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Beth. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. Alright, we'll do the Reese thing, and then I think we'll stop for today. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, a nicely buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. I love this house, by the way. It's so gorgeous. Reese and Stella, I brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out? Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now. Anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Beth would get along super well too. Oh. Hi, I'm Beth, Vivian's kid. I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you, too. She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper, and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Beth. That would be great. I could bring him a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up, you know. They have those therapy dogs and no dogs. Why, I never. The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we went to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed out about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. Shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Beth. Don't worry. I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me, so you can decide. Oh, and also you can ask about the car. But yeah, we'll leave it here for now. So we just go into the thing. up on another empty slot, and we are good. Perfect. So we'll. Sorry that wasn't quite as exciting this time around. Hard to explain. It's kind of more the preparation, and it kind of slides some stuff in there that'll either be foreshadowing for later, or kind of give you clues and hints, which I will discuss more once we're done playing through the game. I'll do an actual video where I talk about theories and certain things. So if you guys want to play the game for yourselves, I would seriously encourage you to go buy it. Like I said, I don't remember how much it is, but actually, hang on, we can look that up. Let's go to Steam. I can't spell. Let's do Steam, and we'll go there, and we'll go to search, and to Scarlet Hollow. And let's see. Oop. Sorry. Oh, let's see, how much does it say? Does it say? Ah, it is $24.99, and I think that's for for the whole, there's 4 chapters so far in the game, so you get a total of 4 chapters. And they also have a bundle. Yeah, buy this bundle so you can buy this and save the princess. Slay the princess, I'm sorry. To save 15% off the one item you don't yet have. So, I don't know if that changes if you don't have either game, but that's the game. So yeah, I would highly encourage you guys to buy it. It's one of those games, I know I've said this before, where you can have like a different experience each time you play the game if you just pick different things to talk about, or even sometimes doing it in different orders will help. And it's also one of those games where you can romance certain characters. You know, the more you spend time with people, the more your relationship with them updates. And also, you can do a game where you're just kind of friends with everybody. You don't really have to focus on one particular person. But it is a really fun game, and it's really spooky. But it also talks a lot about, kind of dives into generational trauma, you know, the definition of family, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I would encourage you guys to download the game for yourself and play it. And, but yeah, so I hope you guys had a fun time going along with me. And next time we will head up to the mines, and there'll be lots of action in that. So, anyway, have a good day, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.